when does it unlock? When does it unlock? When will we get more news? And lots of Tesla retail being very impatiently waiting for that, hoping it breaks through. And it shows actually in the say question. So I do know this is difficult to read, but these are the 7 questions that are currently on say on the top. I did select 3 of those and want to hear your comments on that one. This one was my preferred one. And I had the feeling this may have been Jeff Lutz's one. I have no idea. This is not coordinated, but it sort of could have been his. So I'm going to read it out and then let's hear from you. What's the current status of Optimus Gen 3 production ramp, initial deployment in factories, and external sales timeline volume for 27? What tasks can we expect the Optimus to perform by end of 2027? Jeff, was that you?
No, but good guess. The trying to project its capabilities by the end of 2027. Maybe Tesla can speak broadly on this, but I think that's actually going to be difficult, just given the way development with AI goes. But it is a good. I think there are some good elements to this question. And when we interviewed Lars a few weeks ago now, on the 26th of June, I thought he was pretty clear about, and he was very forthcoming about the production readiness and status of the Optimus line. And if you fuse that with Elon's last commentary on the earnings call regarding July potential production or some bit of production, what my takeaway would be is fusing those 2 things together at some point at the end of the summer, end of September, plus or minus 30 days, that we would see one of those pictures come out on X with an Optimus at the end of the production line and the team standing around it. And that would be, call it first off production, not start of production maybe, but first off production. And then within some period of time, they would start production. Now, this is unique. This isn't the classic, I have a auto ramp curve, I've got stores to fill up. This is unique where Tesla's going to ship these things to themselves, and they can manage the start of production differently. They can take more risk. They could start earlier. They could start later. This is really honestly going to be up to Elon and Tesla management about when they start production. And just my final comment on Optimus, while everybody's enthralled and infatuated with production, I actually think with Tesla, while it's very difficult, and this is going to be a slow ramp, and I think this is going to be a much, much bigger struggle for the other bot manufacturers, whether they know it or not. I actually think it's going to be one of the more manageable things for Tesla. And I think the thing that is the real gating item on Optimus is its ability to learn and generalize tasks and run via AI versus being teleoperated. And there's so many KPIs we should be looking at beyond, when's the first one coming off the production line, that I think are a much better discussion. But in short, I think Optimus will enter some form of low volume production this summer.
That's interesting. Larry Cern?
I'll defer to Cern first.
I was going to defer to Larry. No, I think what Jeff said, I think makes a lot of sense. I think we're all just anxious to hear more about the company's plans for both Robotaxi and Optimus. And investors are just sort of grasping for the information they can get. Tesla's been a bit tight-lipped, I think, about where they're at. And for a lot of people, they find that very frustrating, very irritating. And I think that sort of is a thread that goes through all these say.com questions. In my discussion with Larry earlier today, we were sort of talking about these questions really give Tesla kind of a finger on the pulse, perhaps, of where retail is at in terms of their thought process about things. And the questions themselves, maybe not the greatest in terms of gleaning information from the company. As you were going to point out here in a minute, some of the tone of some of the questions is less than ideal if you're trying to get information from somebody. You don't really want to accuse people of whatever you're accusing them of. So that's an issue, I think, with Say, but at least the management, I think it will get a good sense of where the pulse of retail investors is, to the extent that these questions reflect that. And Larry was pointing out that, of the billion or so shares that retail investors may own, that only a small percentage of those are voting on Say.
That is correct. That is
Right.
correct. Probably the more outspoken. I mean, already one thing is that, for example, people having their portfolios with Fidelity can't do it because Fidelity doesn't support SAY. So there are a couple of banks and big institutions that don't do it. And then internationally, it's even less supported, right? So Tesla having at least 10 million retail shareholders, that was the last number I had heard from IR, probably already now 2-3 years ago, but it was the biggest retail crowd out there. With countries like South Korea, Japan, Norway is a huge country, obviously Germany, the UK, doesn't even talk about it. It is really worldwide, and many of these people cannot vote. While the most vocal we have every day in our X feeds are probably the ones that are very motivated to bring these questions forward. I also noticed that the upvoting was much more diverse this time. Usually you have a real front runner who has 3-4 times more share count than the others. This time the top 5 are more or less in the same range. So there was a lot of frustration getting out there. But before we get to the more critical ones, let's discuss this one on Optimus.
Sorry, you're asking,
The first one.
what's the current status of Optimus Gen 3 production ramp, initial deployment in factory and externals? This is a great question to ask. It's a very difficult question to answer. We just saw the production floor empty, of equipment. We know that the equipment is on its way over. We know that a few are being assembled by hand. So again, as Søren says, we understand the anxiety, the angst of the questioners. I don't see how the company is going to easily answer those questions. We have a situation where production is planned, beginning the end of the year and going into next year. We've got a broad plan for adoption. We've got a broad plan for, functionality. I don't think we're going to get any sense of detail from the company. And so I guess people are just not listening to what the company has already or is telling them again and again. But as Søren has pointed out, this is really giving us a sense of the angst in the retail shareholder community. But, we see this in X, we see this repeated in X, we can get a sense of it from the comments made in X. And so, it would behoove the company to really pay attention to these concerns and to start helping the retail shareholders understand where they are on many of these questions. I don't know that the shareholder meeting is the quarterly earnings call is the right venue for that. I think a venue for that could be Ask Me Anything kind of environment on X, where Elon could answer questions. That would be enormously helpful if he would do an AKA, Ask Me Anything AMA. That would be helpful. I think Lars's interview was very helpful. Jeff, that was an outstanding job you guys did. And that kind of interview with Elon would be very helpful. And interviews with Lars, interviews with Elon, that all of those could be helpful. But I don't think the SAY questions are productive. That's my own personal view. Other than, and Søren pointed this out so well, other than telling Tesla what is going on in the retail shareholders' minds.
That is correct, taking the temperature.